Hail, gonna hail to the alma mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright.
Sige.
Go!
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the LaSalle Batch 98 Green Brotherhood podcast. Hopefully everyone's doing well. On behalf of Jerome, 30, myself, we promise you this episode will be exciting. Our next guest, well, actually, di naman kailangan ni Chief ng introduction. Kilala na yung pangalan ni Chief. But if we must, our next guest is a man whose name is wrapped with stories that only legends are made of. Knox. They say that if you made Bruce Lee and Batman have sex, ito yung magiging anak nila. We might have not shared the same campus with him in LaSalle Green Hills, but believe me that the animo that runs deep in us runs as deep as with this man. He's the first Filipino BJJ black belt. He is the founder of Sarian Fighting System. He is the founder of DefTac MMA, the founder of the URCC, a proud member of the Togamafi, and a proud Lasallian. Everyone, the one and only Mr. Alvin Aguilar.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me over.
Hey, Chief.
Hello, Chief. Thanks for the time also.
Thanks for the time, Chief.
Of course.
Always. Miss you.
Likewise, brother.
Miss you. Okay, say hi
Starstruck
naman, Chief. Hi to the guest. Yeah, konti.
Yeah, Chief, baka you for a few minutes, you want to say hi to our viewers, Lasalistas mostly.
Yeah, I'd just like to say hi to the whole Lasallian community. I hope everybody's doing well, regardless of what we're going through. Always remember, we're Lasallian. We're educated the best possible way. So let's make sure we use our strengths to always make sure that we make everybody around us use our strengths to help everybody else around us, because that's why we were made strong.
Nice.
Perfect.
Buti hindi ka nag-brother, no, Chief, no? Pwede ka maging brother, eh. Tisoy, eh. No? Brother Andrew ba? Close mo ba,
Bukas.
Brother Andrew?
Bukas gagawin ko na yan.
Alv.
Peps, go with for the first question, Peps. Humble beginnings, Chief.
Sige. Chief, did you study in LaSalle Zobel from the beginning of your education until high school?
Yes. I was in LaSalle Zobel ever since, from prep all the way. I took 2 years off. One was in 6th grade, one was in 3rd year high school. I studied in the States that time. Grade 6 was in St. Peter's School in Boston, and 3rd year high school was in Valley Forge Military Academy in Pennsylvania. But aside from that, grade to Zobel, and I also graduated from Zobel.
Boys Town ba yun,
Perfect.
Chief? Boys Town? Yung sa Amerika?
Yeah, I don't patawad pinadala dyan sa military school. But
Sorry guys, nagloloko lang internet ko.
Okay.
So
next,
Chief,
next.
when was what year was that you graduated grade school or high school pala in Zobel?
Yeah. 1990.
1990,
Batch
guys.
1990.
Nasaan tayo
Yeah.
nung 1990?
At 91 talaga ako, but we graduated 90, di ba? 91 was when we entered college.
Okay.
Yung pinutok yung
Perfect.
pinatubo, 1990 yun.
Yun.
Paano ni Chief yun?
Oh, yun.
Ano tayo nun?
Foundation buong Metro Manila nun, di ba?
No?
What was the environment like, Chief, sa Zobel? 80s, 90s?
Well, for me, it was like our playground because we grew up with everybody since prep. We only had 8 sections 8 to F, and then it was co-ed. So you can imagine how much fun we had all the time. The friendships we made there, like their family, even if you haven't seen them for a long time, pamilya pa rin when you see them. It was an awesome experience, a very, very beautiful experience. And and it's just too bad that my sons can't go to that right now because of all this online, because they're missing, their youth are being stolen from kasi naka-online lang sila. But we were lucky in that regard. Now we were able to have real classes, be with real people all the time. Beautiful experience.
Kayo yung first batch, no, Chief? Mga first few batches ng Sobel.
Yun yung animo no, Chief?
Yes, sir. Sorry, bro Jerome, what'd you say?
Yung Sobel, 1984 ba yun? 1986 na tinayo.
Hindi na. Zubel was around mga 79, 80.
79.
Yeah.
Matagal na pala. Akala ko ikaw yung unang tumayo doon. Kasi mas matagal naman yung Green Hills, siyempre mas sikat kami. Sobel, wala naman yan.
Chief, binabasag ka ni Papi, Chief. So, Chief, in your stay in Lasal, I believe let's go straight to the questions we wanted to ask Chief. In your stay in Lasal,
Sure.
I think you were grade school, 80s, until you were in high school, so 90s. Your name would always pop up like it was a legend. So, was it a rough environment sometimes? Because we always heard about stories of how a tough Alvin Aguilar could beat someone up. At that early age, may mga ganyang kwento na about you, di ba, Chief?
Yeah, something like that. I thought about myself that way. It was always, if someone messes with you or whatever, and or someone messes with your friend, we would go and basically kick his ass. Dati kasi, wala naman social media, wala naman if someone gets hurt, may naupakan, the only way to get justice is upakan mo rin yung umupak, di ba? Alam ka naman, file ka pa ng case, whatever, last time. So we took it upon ourselves to, protect ourselves and protect everybody else around us. Never really thought about that, yung mga ganyan. People would always say na, uy, ganyan, people are talking about you in this way. Wala yan. It was just, basically, we just time and believes until now. Mas mahal ang kaso pag may inupakan ka.
Correct. So yun na nga, saying nga na Chief na back then, pag may nang trip sa'yo, the only practical thing to do is ibalik mo lang sa kanila, di ba? So was this within the time that you started martial arts?
No, I actually started martial arts when I was 9 years old. I always wanted to. And the reason why I got into martial arts was because I wanted to become a ninja nung bata. Kasi then yung uso before, yung mga ninja na may, with the smoke
Ninja
bombs
kids.
and stuff.
Ninja kids.
Yung may mga stars, no?
I thought that was the most awesome thing ever. Ang galing nila eh. So, I never stopped training in martial arts. I'd always want to learn. Basta martial arts, I'd always try to learn it.
Wala.
So, in the course of time, there I have my preference. I never stopped learning, and even until this day, I never stopped learning, because when you stop learning and you stop achieving, that learn and try to top yourself. So yun.
Perfect. Ano yung first martial art mo, Chief?
Chief, wala. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Chief, yan. Nagkano lang. Internet difficulties. Chief, yung ano mo, volume, nawala. Volume, Chief. Taso mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yan.
Guys,
layo kasi ng bahay
can you guys
namin
hear
si
me now?
Chief eh.
Yun.
Talabang ka eh.
Okay.
QC kami. Sa probinsya kasi. Layo signal.
O 30, may question ka yata.
Okay, you were...
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Hello, sir. Question lang. Natanong na ni Pep yung age na nag-start ko, so 9. So, ano yung una natutunan mo martial arts? Anong discipline?
I did karate and Ernest. By AAK and Ernest.
Sa SM ba yan, Chief? Sa SM?
Hindi, sa ano, Lasal Zobel, we had AAK there.
Okay.
Every Saturday, we had...
Nabully ka ba? Kaya nag-martial arts ka? O ikaw yung nambubully?
Hindi, wala naman bully. Walang bully sa Zobel naman.
Wala.
Wala ka sa mga sarang tao, but walang bully.
Where were we? Ano yung tanong mo, 30? First martial arts, no? So, Belly Chief, Ernest ba? You said Ernest?
Ernest and karate.
And karate.
Oo.
Up to now, Chief, hanggang ngayon, you're still you're active with Ernest, no? But the karate siguro, parang, is that something you're still active with?
What do you call that? Of course, the Philippine weaponry, I'm always there. Done a little bit. I'm studying karate now. Just footwork. Because they have a different timings of footwork that I want our other guys here to adapt to. If you notice, if you remember, Machida was able to hit a lot of people because he was a very good point fighter. The footwork's different there because iba yung timing. Everyone's used to the boxing and Muay Thai timing. So if you look at the footwork of karate, it's different there. So studying that, if you about karate, that's what I'm studying on.
Ang karate, Chief, the stance is wider, no? I noticed that. Tama ba? Unlike boxers na mas close yung paa, di ba? Ang karate, si Machida, parang mas malayo yung stance.
Now, when they do their stances, like when they do the katas, actually, so they can develop strength and leg strength. But when they fight, the legs are not as wide. Okay, but of course they're a little bit wider than like a boxer would be or a grappler would be, a little bit wider. But there's a reason for that also.
Ano yun, Chief? May advantage pala yun.
So they can push off the rear hand when they do this, and then also when they have their front kick. Okay, and also they can push off the bottom foot. And it's also when people step and then they do this sometimes, their feet. People aren't just naguguat sila sa ganyan, di ba? Imagine when people punch, it's step and then slide, di ba? Or I shoot in, it's a step. Yeah. Nagawa ng karate, sometimes they do this. So you don't understand what's happening. Ganyan ka, natamaan ka na. Okay, so I've been studying how they do that. I'm just going back to what I've studying to see it how they do it in the high level. I've actually over this pandemic, I started studying Sabat, and I'm now certified in Sabat. Okay, it's French foot fighting. They have the concept. It's a completely different art, and I can't wait to share this with everybody. Training.
Congrats, Chief. Yeah, exciting yan.
Si Gordo yun, di ba?
Ang ano.
Si Gordo, Sabat. Yours, UFC 1.
Yeah.
Yung
yes.
Si Saint Pierre, di ba? Parang nag-sabat din yun, ano? George Saint Pierre.
Kyokushin.
Yeah.
Kyokushin si GSP. Si Sabat, si Gordo, kalaban ni Royce.
Sabat is going to be in the Olympics in Paris.
In Paris.
So we're going to have our also
delegate. Delegate ka.
There.
Ayos ah. Meron tayong delegate doon, kaya meron kayong mga estudyante na tinitrain.
Yes. And then, we're training a lot of guys now for Sabat. So what I want to make sure though is from our team, we don't just have in what we have, we're going to have medals in other sports as well.
Olympics ah. Oh, astig. Pati yung wrestling, no, Chief? Kasama mo na.
We have to make sure that our programs produce Olympic medalists. Hindi pwedeng but then there's a lot of challenges there. Number one challenge would be the funding.
Siyempre.
Lahat ng funding na binibigyan natin ng gobyerno, not enough. But gagawin natin ng paraan yan because that could be a reason for why we are not there yet.
Ang dami problema sa POC nga eh. Oo.
PSC. O POC wala.
POC, PSC. PSC pala, PSC. Philippine Sports Commission pala. Okay, next question, Peps.
Chief, yung going back to your beginnings in martial arts, how long did you train Ernest and karate until you started jiu-jitsu?
Okay. I never stopped until now. I still do that. Karate, I stopped when I was about 13, 14 years old. And I took jiu-jitsu when I was 18, 19 years old. It's a very late start.
Late start.
I went what happened, story dyan is napagulo kami dito. I had a warrant for arrest or something like that. I don't remember. Basta yan. So I left for a while, went to the States. And doon ako sa States. Nisip ko, I might as well make the most out of this. So I trained with the Gracie Academy. Wala pang UFC nun. I met Hoyce, Horion, Helio, all the Gracies were there. And I was able to train with them. And then, what do you call that? I immersed myself into training jiu-jitsu. Kasi pagdating ko doon, instructor na ako ng Sarian. So when I went there, akala ko mag-exchange techniques sa Hoyce. Then I'll show him kung gaano ako kagaling. Tapos mag-exchange techniques kami. Ang nangyari was, sabi ko sa front desk, can I have a private? Parang ang bagal. So sabi niya, sure. So private. Pagdating sa private class, hindi siya sumipot, isang purple belt. Ako, putik, bakit purple belt? Wala naman matutunan ako dito. I won't learn anything with this guy, di ba? So sabi ko sa purple belt, tayo. Kasi purple belt ka, pahinga lang tayo. So nangyari, inupakan niya ako mga 15 times.
Submit lang, Chief. Submit
lang. Everything. And then kala ko, after the first one, sabi ko, hindi, siguro jet lag lang ako. Sige, game again. So I couldn't accept. Nag-experimento na siya. He tapped me out with an armbar, a choke, a footlock. Mamaya, choke, armbar, footlock. Kasi iba-iba. So after that, sabi ko, putik, ano ba to? So I was feeling ko, ang supot-supot ko. I have to learn this art. Imagine he was only a purple belt and he did that to me. So parang, ang galing ng mga to. After that, I had a respect na. Nakakatakot palang purple belt. Kasi, here, when I left karate, I thought na parang baduy naman, nakapajama ka lagi, wearing the belts, so stupid. I didn't want to look like that. Pagdating doon, inis na inis ako. I had to wear yung kimono, tapos white belt pa. So, putik, instructor na ako sa ibang martial arts, pag naka-white belt ako, di ba? That kind of thing, yung pride. 19 years old eh. So, grabe yung pag-upak talaga sa akin doon. And that was the time I said, I have to learn this. And then, that's when I became a real student. I had to see it for myself, became a real student. And then, because of that, just like learned humility. I learned discipline. All of these things came in. Pero kailan naupakan muna ako bago ko natutunan.
Yan.
Foreigner pa umupak, ha? Foreigner pa.
Oo. Puti pa.
Puti pa.
Most likely, Chief Black Belt na rin siya ngayon. Have you ever crossed path with him again? Or trained with him? Or no?
And of course. If I rolled with him now, it'd be a different story. We made sure that when I thought I would get my black belt, I thought that I would be so good na alam ko na lahat. But ang nangyayari kasi sa jiu-jitsu is when you get your black belt, that's when only begins. Because people will only remember what you did as a black belt. No one will care what you did as a blue belt, purple belt. Wala yan. Sa story lang yan. But they will always remember you as a black belt. And what did you do as a black belt? Did you create a good team? Were you a good influence? Did you make sure everybody else around you was better? Or you just used your ego to do something else? Diba? So people always remember you as a black belt. I made sure na I looked for the best black belt ako. When Kazeka gave me a black belt, you remember that, Jerome, Pepo, you guys were there.
Yes.
Toto.
Oo. When I got that,
Toto.
punta ako ng States.
5 pala.
Punta ako ng States to trust my black belt. First few gyms, inulpik ko lahat ng black belt. Kala ko, I'm the next big thing na. Biglang may hinarap sa akin na sobrang Saka ang pangit niya, mong kayo. Ang laki niya. You know how he tapped knee on my neck and then pulled up like this. So, tapos, sabi, lakas ng gago na to. Isa pa. Grabe, yung pag-sweep niya sa akin, ang layo. Grabe, ang layo ng pagkabato niya sa akin and everything. So, sabi ko, grabe, ang lakas naman ito. You know that was? You guys know Fabricio Verdum? Fabricio Verdum.
Oh my God!
Yung nakalap. Sabi ko,
UFC champion lang naman, Chief.
na lakas ng gago.
World class. Black belt.
So sabi ko,
and he's much taller din, no?
Ang laki niya talaga. Saka mukha talaga siyang kabayo. Kaya pala, Caralvo or something tawag sa kanya. Kasi mukha talaga siyang kabayo. Kabalo, yun, oo. So, I went back to Hoyler Gracie. Si Hoyler, went to his house, ang liit ni Hoyler, parang 5'3 lang yan or 5'4. So, grabe yung paggulpi niya sa akin. I had to keep learning from him. He sent me to Saulo Rivero's gym. Tamang-tama, nandun lahat ng superstar kasi mundials. Nandun si Kron, Lobato, Fredson Alves, yung may UFC fighter pa doon, si Diego Sanchez, si Galbao nandun pa, si
Jake
Damian
Shields.
Maia was there.
Jake Shields.
Leandro Lo.
Wala pa.
Lahat yan, nakaspar ko. So kahit sinong ka-roll mo, puta world champion. So you can just guess what happened. Gulpi talaga ako. Every roll. Tapos kung magpapahinga ka, bibigyan ka ng babae, si Leticia Rivero naman. Or those right now.
Tapos malulupit din.
Si Beatrice Mesquita. The other girl is in the UFC now. She's the son of Megaton.
What's her name? Maganda. Mackenzie
Dern.
Mackenzie Dern.
Yun. So, lahat sila who's who. Ako lang yung who's not. So,
kasama mo, si Pichon, kasama mo pa.
Yun. Not.
Kasama pa si Pichon.
The first time we went, ako lang mag-isa.
Ikaw lang pala.
And then, what is that? Talagang grabe yung nangyari sa akin. So that's when I started learning kasi iba yung timing, iba yung pressure, iba yung lakas, and then it made me think, tangina, itong black belt ko, tapon ko kaya to. Kasi wala akong magawa. Sabi ko, I want to hold it up, tangina, magkaratin lang kaya ulit. Hindi, grabe. But then I was very thankful for that experience. Because since nandaanan ko na yun, and I was able to go with a lot of high-level people, nasabayan ko na sila eventually. Then eventually, I did very well against a lot of other people. But, like I said, martial arts or with anything in life, you always have to keep at it. What you don't use, what you don't learn, you'll always lose. So you have to keep learning and keep, getting outside your comfort zone. Yan ang nangyari kasi sa atin dito eh. A lot of people, when they get a certain degree or a certain belt level or a certain whatever kind of achievement, dito sila, petics na sila. They don't know that when you get that just signifies that you did something very well in your life. And now because you've achieved that, a new door opens up that you have to achieve even more because that's the potential that you have. So, ayun.
Martial artist.
Thirds, may question ka kay Chief? Ay, Thirds, naka-mute ka.
Sabi ka, Thirds.
Sorry. I'll call you Chief na rin. Chief, anong favorite mo? Malamang BJJ ba? Na discipline among all the...
Okay, right now I really love Jiu-Jitsu, but I'm always studying Filipino martial arts, boxing, wrestling, and it travels around those four. I'm always. If you look at me in the house, I'm always reading, I'm always researching, I'm always training. So people didn't know about this. Like I'm always reading books, I'm always researching and stuff. I'm a nerd that way.
Parang Bruce Lee lang Jet Kundo, Joey Perico, in-sparring mo ba?
Patay na yung tao. We're gonna talk about him.
Patay na pala. Nag-demo ba sa iyo, Chief? 10 seconds? 10 hit combo?
Okay, let's talk about it. What the fuck? Anyway, nangyari.
1-inch punch.
Yeah.
Sige nga, Chief, anong kwento nun?
Okay, this is the story. Okay? So I went there because I always wanted to study Jeet Kune Do under Bruce Lee. I always wanted to. Kasi, di ba, before, parang Jeet Kune Do was the ultimate martial art. Di ba?
Yan.
Absorb what, what do you call it? Useful. Anyway, so I went there, nakita ko sa may Lasal. Di ba? Sa may Lasal yun, sa beach. Went inside, nag-demo siya. It wasn't because of the demo that I joined. It was because I wanted to learn more Jeet Kune Do. After 1 month training there, sabi ko parang hindi yata ito yun eh. Parang when you punch, tapos parang when parang yung mata may gumaganon-ganon pa. Parang ginagawa niya sa scene eh. Yan ako parang weird yata to. So at the end of the month, tamang-tama, he says, Alvin, I want you to watch. We're gonna have a kickboxing event and we're gonna go there to prove to everyone that Jeet Kune Do is superior. Ako naman, yes, okay. Dinala ko pa tatay ko sa kickboxing event. Proud na proud pa ako. Pap, this is my, instructor. These are, putik, lahat sila gulpe. As in, talagang gulpe. It wasn't even close. And
Parang track pa lang, parang track pa.
Oh, instructor meets mo. Gulping-gulping siya. Tapos, ilang beses siya na knockdown. Tapos later on, sinasabi niya, it was rolling. Nag-roll ako. Sabi ko, labo. So, pahiyang-pahiya ako. Talagang sabi, this is what we're paying for? Parang ganyan. so, di ba? Putang ina. So, yun. So, hindi na of course, without saying I quit, di ba? Buti na lang, that time, I was with now Congressman Henry Teves all the time. We went to Sariaya together already. That was the start. So, fast forward years later, nag-jiu-jitsu na ako and everything. All of a sudden, nung umiinom kami ng mga brads outside, may nagsabi sa akin, uy, may Jeet Kune Do na sa loob ng Lasal. Oh! Wala. Yeah. Oh, talaga. O sige, puntahan natin. Tapos, syempre, mga brads made me buyo. Tara, amunin mo na sa sundugan. Sayang naman. Parang teacher ko dati yan. Hindi, amunin. O sige, amunin natin. So, I went up there. Pagdating doon, I asked him, Chief, is it okay? And then he goes, sige, I will allow myself to spar with you in front of everybody, but you have to sign a waiver. Sabi ko, anong waiver yan? So if I hurt you and put you in the hospital, you will not sue me. Sabi ko, wala din naman ako. Wala ako naghamon eh. Tining witness. Okay, go. So game. So he tried to psych me out, di ba? So game started. Of course, he either... So I said, boom, I picked him up, boom, took him down. As soon as I took him down, he pushed me like this. Okay, if you push me in the mount, I got an arm bar. When I got arm bar, putang na nakita mo yung Enter the Dragon, yung kinagat yung hita. Puta yan ang ginawa niya. At mo So all the way, I broke his fucking arm. Boom, I broke his arm. After, okay, nag-tap siya. Until now, I still have that fucking scar. I don't know if you he fucking bit my... Again. After that, so yun na, di ba? Sabi niya, okay, let's go again. Sabi niya na. Okay, so this time, ginawa niya, when I went into him, hinedlock niya ako. So it's easy naman, headlock, pick him up, bang, throw him down, then I got his back. When I got his back, I got him in a choke this way. Very, pasok na pasok yung choke. Alam mo yung style na magtatap na gano'n lang? Tapos bibitawan mo, tapos mag-ano. Tangina, I had to make sure all everybody fucking saw this, so I got him. Una, ganon. Mamaya, ganon. Mamaya. Yan. That's what I'm gonna let go, di ba? Yun. And then, going back, maybe I need to do that, maybe hindi. Kawawa siya because he had his students in front of him when I did that. And there are a lot of brads there also. Then yun. After doing that, parang binadrip ko lang yung tao, yung mga gagong brad, let's go out, inuman ulit.
Kasama si Corky.
Oh. Nag-negosyo lang yung tao, binadrip mo pa, di ba? Kasi nag-trip. But yeah. Grabe kayo.
Yan, mga ano, mga
Yan yung
kwentong
Yung
Aguilar.
mga kwento Aguilar eh. Peer pressure eh. Pero totoo yung 1-inch punch. 1-inch punch ka.
Tapos sobrang sa beer, ayun na. Wala na.
Oy, marami rin galing dun ha. Marami tayong estudyante galing dun. Sila James.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then, eventually, good to know that regardless of what would happen, he still had a lot of students. And then he was teaching to the...
Still is that. Rest in peace. Joey Perico, founder of Jet Kundo of the Philippines.
Mhm.
Pero I'm sure, Chief, may mga students siya no, nung nakita niya yun, medyo nag-enroll sa DefTac. Wala bang ganun?
Meron.
Yeah.
Si Paulo.
Dami.
Si James.
Dami.
Si
Ayun,
Paulo.
James.
San Agustin. URCC
Jit Kundo ba yun?
Jit Kundo po yun eh. Tsaka si
Doon
Paulo.
galing yun.
Paulo Weirdo. Isang estudyante maliit. Jet Kundo yung mga yun eh. Sabay lumipat na rin. Iba, pati mga yaw yan. Mga ibang yaw yan. Yung nakilala DefTac, yun, mga lumipat na rin si yaw yan. Sila Alan ko, si Chris Luna, yan. Ay, Chris Wong. Christian Wong, mga ano yan. Siyempre, nag-transfer. Ganoon naman talaga eh. Come and go yung mga estudyante. Okay. Next. Ano pa, mga away pa ni Aguilar? Kwento natin sa McDo. Sa
sige, isa pa. Gusto pa natin makarinig ng isang legend.
Sa Goldilocks?
Sa UM ba? Sa UM?
Sa UM?
Mga ganyang kwento.
Tsaka yung sa gilid ng sa Lasal, yung restaurant na yun, yung tumayo si away domino. Tumayo sa table, hawak na stick. Si Charles.
Madison Massacre.
Ay, Madison Massacre. Yun pala, Madison Massacre.
So Chief, you mentioned the Brads, and then yun nga, ito si Papi nagme-mention ng mga domino, mga doming, ganun. When did you start, when did you enter Togamafi? Was it in college na?
No, in high school pa lang. Second year high school pa lang ako.
To the LSU.
Second year pumasok. And then, that time sa Zubel, inaantay nila may kasabay ako. Walang pumasok sa batch ko. So second year high school, buong year neophyte ako. So third year high school, nag-aral ako sa States. But then when I go here for vacation, nagsa-service pa rin ako. So basically, 2 years, right? Fourth year na ako nakapasok.
Tagal.
Oh, okay.
So 2 years ko, amuyong talagang, yung Panagyosi, ibablows ka, papasok ka sa trunk ng kotse, papaiyakin yung kotse, yung mga ganyan. So,
service talaga, service. Matagal na service. Tagal na service.
Tapos 1 year ka lang, Chief. 4th year ka lang naging junior. Pagdating mong college, welcome agad sa senior yan.
Para makabawi ako sa mga pumalo sa akin na third year, second year.
How was that like naman, Chief, pagpasok mo nung Taft? So senior fraternity na, recognized pa ng school. Was it a big responsibility? Was it a culture shock? Or...
Kasi I always thought na pag naging senior ka ng Taogama, gangster ka na or ibang level na yan ng patayan or something like that. Turns out, it's just the complete opposite. That's the perception people have. Of course, may mga gulo. I think that's part of it that teaches you camaraderie, sticking loyalty, sticking with with your beliefs. All of my senior brads that recruited me that time are now CEOs. They're doing very well in life. They're not, talagang they did really, really well. As in, exceptionally well. What do you call that? Of course, we have, as an example, we have our brad father, Carlos Castaños. He's the highest ranked employee in Caltex right now. My GT, Dustin Andaya, has the largest flower shop, the chain of flower shops in the country. As in, talagang grabe. I mean, these guys did really well for themselves. And, but when I joined, yung sinasabi nila, kasi I remember, kasi tatakot ako when I first joined yung sa paddle. Kasi baka, parang masakit yan So they would say, hindi, wag ka kinakabahan kasi pagkatapos ng 5 palo, manhid na yung legs mo, wala ka nang mararamdaman.
Base mo
So
na
ako
yan.
naman, okay, una pa, sakit. Oh, okay. 4 na lang, wala na to. 2, 3, parang pasakit 4, 5. Okay. At least magmamanhid na to. Ready? Pag 6, putang ina, sobrang sakit pala. Tangina. Ibig sabihin pa, yan. Hindi pala nagmamanhid. Lalong sumasakit. Tangina. Di ba, during our time sa junior, wala pa masyadong namamatay. So, our junior was 97 to 105 paddles. Di ba?
Correct.
Talagang lamog ka. And then pagdating ng college, meron pa ulit. So I'm like, wow.
Meron pa ulit.
Sa college though, yung mga pumapalo sa'yo, mga mama, di ba? Lalaki na, di ba? Parang tatay mo na yung pumapalo sa'yo kasi bata ka pa lang. Mga 5th year college, ganyan. So when they hit you, talagang boom! Talagang
Full swing.
Oo, di ba? So yun.
Baseball pa,
But
no?
Chief,
Baseball athlete.
Yeah.
May misconception, Chief, na Togama, medyo magulo, gang, but it really is a recognized fraternity and it really operates as a fraternity. That's what it really is. No? So when you entered, Chief, was there a big did you feel like you were responsible for the brads or your neophytes? May ganun di ba?
Yeah, like when I entered, they had a huge concert side A right away. Dati sikat na sikat yung side A, di ba? Whenever you play say side A, everybody would what's the name of that singer? Every time
Joey.
Yeah,
Reynoso.
First 3 words pa lang niya, buta naghihiyawan na yung mga babae, talagang grabe yung so they had that, and then I noticed that we had so many projects. We would go to the Freedom Islands. That's the reclaimed land that you have here dito sa may coastal. I think we used to go there sa mga squatteran, then we'd give them books. And then nagulat ako, may ganito pala yung Togama. I mean, I thought we were just goons. Pero ang daming project, and then we donated to the scholarship book fund of LaSalle that we came up with. So parang if you don't have that much money, then you need to buy books. You go to this fund, and this fund gives you books, and we set that up. So we had so many projects all of a sudden, and it's like, wow, ito pala yun. And it's not like the common conception, because no matter how good a person is or an organization or whatever, if you do one bad thing, they will always remember you for the bad thing and not the good things. Diba? So, ayun. And then, yung sa akin naman, I didn't really care about what people thought about us. That's one thing in my life that I still carry to this day. And I hope everybody, you can never, ever, ever please everybody. Kahit si Manny Pacquiao, who's the best and greatest boxer ever, ang daming sinasabi pa rin ng tao about boxing, not politics. I mean, about his boxing. Kasi ganito yan, kaya nanalo yan, whatever. But, nga, gawin mo yan. Diba? So, there's always, people will always say something. So, never do anything for other people. Never worry what other people say. Haters, especially haters, are the ones who secretly want to be you.
Correct. Amen.
Wow.
Truth.
Michael Jordan or LeBron James, Chief? Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Jordan. LeBron James is what do you call it? He's a fruit.
30 hindi ka pwede pumalag dyan Magagalit si 30 pero for this episode hindi siya papalag.
Michael Jordan yan.
Jordan.
Nasa laro ka, sabihin mo sa referee, uy, ano ba to? Iniinsulto ako, pakipalabas to. Tanginang yan. Ulas, tapos, tanginang yan, ikaw na si LeBron James, there's a small white girl, small white guy, pwede pinalabas niya sa diba? I mean, grabe yun. Can you imagine if Jaworski did that sa Ultra dati? Or Ramon Fernandez, uy, nangiinsulto to. Baka, di ba? Tangina, remember, there's parang sa San Miguel yata siya di ba? Imagine people would get him and say, tangina mo, di ba? Tapos, syempre, sa laro ako. Grabe yung insultuhan before. Never see that. Walang nag-iinsulto, di ba? ito si Lebron, grabe yan. That's just the of our
The generation.
that's just the of our generation. Oh, the snowflake generations. Let's make sure that we always maintain make sure that you guys always raise your sons in the right way. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Okay? Everybody's pushing that toxic to be masculine. It's not. Men, real men, are the ones who shape everything around you see. Everything was done by masculine men. In other countries, masculine men, the ones who are use their power in the right way, are looked up to. So that hindi pwede yung, ay, you're too masculine, ganyan. Hindi pwede ganyan. Kaya glad maging anak.
Mga ano lang, Chief, mga Ateneo lang yan. Sila lang yung mga ano.
Iyakin. Atenista ata si Lebron eh.
Yun.
Babae ka, away mo, susumbong ka pa.
Oo. Ako yan, magiging rin ako, di ba? Laki-laki niya bulas.
Okay, next
injury. Kala mo may injury.
Next topic. Next question. Change topic.
Thirds.
Next topic. Okay. Next topic. Next question.
Sige. URCC tayo. Tanong natin si Chief yung URCC.
Paano nasimula URCC? Yung mga away natin, Chief.
Kailan yung
underground?
Kailan yung light bulb moment mo na gusto mong itayo na yung URCC? And what was the vision?
Okay, kasi when I got home from the States, and I told everybody around me that I would make the Philippines a jiu-jitsu power and MMA power, everybody laughed at me.
94, 95?
94. They said that we're too small, we won't do it, we're too weak, hindi raw palaban yung Pinoy, whatever. So, I came up with a small group of people that includes Jerome's family, Joey, Jerome, Jason, were actually, one of the people instrumental in making sure there's mixed martial arts in Southeast Asia. These are the guys na, when people would test us, sila, si Joey, si Jerome, si Jason, si Pichon, si Lilia. These are the people.
Si Fritz, kasama ba natin si Fritz doon?
Yeah, sometimes.
Wala sa pasukan pa siya.
No, but eventually. But there were times that, these are the people na really fought all comers. Talagang they did that. And napansin ko na kaya naman eh. Now, ang nangyari though is ang Pinoy kasi during that time, even naman now, di nakatanggap ng talo. So bumabawi sa ibang paraan. What I did was I was able to shield sila Jerome from all that mga gulo. Si Jerome is an excellent fucking fighter, but walang gulo yan sa kalye because he's a disciplined man and we kept him away from all of that shit. Okay? What's this? Pag bumabawi sila in other ways, it would escalate. Siyempre, you come up with, pag upakan kayo, mamaya may kutsilyo, mamaya may stick, mamaya may baril, tapos mamaya, and when you fight someone, parang gulong yan eh. Ikot na yan. Sometimes the only way to stop it is if you kill him or hurt him really, really bad that he will never be able to retaliate. And that's what happened before. So inisip ko, sayang naman, we're all training well and training hard. Tapos, umuwi lang sa kaso yung mga pinagtitrainingan natin. So basically, ang nangyayari before was we were training para lang magkaroon ng kaso, para may paggulpihan sa labas. So, I got people together and every group, which was very hard that time. Kasi lahat ng group mayabang talaga. Kasi napakayabang ng lahat ng kausap ko. Kasi syempre, martial artists. Alam mo, even until this day, just so you guys know, martial artists, in general, have the biggest egos, but are also the broke motherfuckers. So, I have to tiptoe around them sometimes because they feel they're so superior. Times then putangin na wala ka namang pera, yabang mo, diba? So ganon. So that's what we had to go through before. But then, we were able to unite everybody to fight. And I was very happy because we were expecting only 500 people to show up sa UFC, sa URCC.
Mayhem
And then nang nangyari
Mayhem in Manila.
Oo, it's Casino Filipino Amphitheater.
Amphitheater. November 22.
Yeah. And then 5,000 people showed up, and the rest was history. And what made URCC even bigger, just everyone knows. Jerome one day comes up to me and he goes, "Chief, may kilala ko. May-ari siya ng channel na TV station. Dapat mag-partner kayo." Ganun lang. It's like, yeah, whatever. What the fuck do you know? Tangin, it's Jerome.
Bagong gising.
When I met the guy, we clicked right away. He became one of my best friends and brothers, and that was Erwin Cheng. He's the owner of Solar Sports. He's now he's going to be a congressman very soon. Jerome was the one who hooked me up with him, and then our partnership lasted until this day. We still work together. That was the time that we were able to make URCC really go around because of Solar Sports, and Jerome was responsible for that.
Random lang.
Good job, Jerome.
Oh, well. Oh, random lang. Late pa si Ulul. Ang ina. Late sa meeting.
How did it feel like, Chief, after the first URCC to expect 500 and you got 100 times more than what you asked
Yeah.
for?
Grabe yung feeling na yun. And then, the night before, everybody was congratulating me. Hindi ko naman alam bakit. Diba? So,
Dahil sa track ma.
No, the night before, nag-congratulate sa akin eh. Ako ba, why are you congratulating me? Bayan pala, everybody showed up. And then, ang nangyari though, syempre yung mga media dito, gago. Ang gagong media dito talaga eh. Putang na, this motherfucking radio station calls me up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. tumawag, syempre, landline pa tayo, no? Wala pa tayong cellphone. Landline, go ahead. Oh, nandito na po, Alvin Aguilar. Yan, puta, naka-live interview na pala ako. Putangin na mga yan.
Day of the event ito.
Oh, as after the event. Tapos ito, totoo ba yan? Mga puro mayayaman kayo, pinaglalaban nyo, mga mahirap. Ito mga ganun yung mga
May ganun.
Kaya na. Tapos, wala bang namatay nung gabi na yan? Or hindi lang natin alam? Mga ganun mga it really came hard at me. Pero wala. Fuck them, diba? I just went through it. Naalam mo, Jerome, there's this one reporter that we set up a fight for her. Diba? Tapos, mas sa TV, nandito please ang underground.
Oh!
Gago, no? Putangin na. Ay, ginawa pa tayo.
Oh!
Parang sindikato. Yan.
Ginawa na story, ha?
Oh, ang dami nag-follow-up story sa akin noon eh. Sabi ko, hindi kami sindikato. Graduate po.
Alam ko yan. May mga camera pa, lighting pa.
Oh, before, bata pa ako, I was just being nice, but I didn't really know how to deal with yung pag mga ganito. So, may isang reporter, puta ginagago ako, puta sinakal ko. Tanginang yan. Sana sa matuloy ng write-up niya sa akin.
Sure shot yun.
I was a young, headstrong person, and I didn't understand how things worked.
Lahat naman doon, tayo lahat eh. Yung how to accept the media. Wala. Di natin
diba?
Parang either tutulungan ka nila, pero ginagawa ka nilang story, ibaba ka nila. So, labo naman mga to.
Oo. Jerome, diba? I mean, we were there doing everything, diba? As in, tulong-tulong tayo. From production to the entrance ng mga tao.
Ticketing.
Diba? As in, lahat. Diba? Ticketing pa, diba? Tangina. So,
hirap ticketing.
Beautiful times. Beautiful.
So how many URCCs did you have to set up, Chief, before the masses and the media sort of accepted it as normal? Yung hindi na pala sa sindikato. Yung parang
mga third year na.
Third year
year.
na.
The third year is when we started, started to make profit already. And the first 2 years was really, really hard. Kasi wala kaming sponsor. Ito pa, tatawag ko sa isang sponsor, i-explain ko, ano? You'll do what? Puta, babagsak. Ako, tangin na to. But after a while, yung sponsors na yung tumatawag, we were just very lucky in that regard. Very, very lucky. And you should see what we're going to be doing next year. 2 years kami nawala because of all of this. But watch what happens next year. As in, grabe, I'm so excited for this. So excited.
Nangangati na rin ang mga MMA fans for that one.
Oo nga eh. Wala nang MMA dito na na pro. May mga underground na lang.
I cannot do underground because I'm a licensed under GAB. And then if you're like GAB, ang problem lang is yung IATF kasi isip yung ibang tao dyan, ang gusto nila 15 days quarantine ng fighter. Tapos ang referee 3 days quarantine lang. So kung i-quarantine mo yung fighter 15, syempre yung corner niya and everything, i-quarantine mo pa ng 15 days, di ba? So ilang tao yun? That's 20 plus cornermen plus referees. And then nagtrabaho na ako para sa hotel, di ba?
Ganun na nga.
Everything, di ba? So, there's a lot of ways around it. Even if our profits will, of course, but it doesn't make sense eh. So 15 days quarantine yung fighter, pero yung referee 3 days lang. Basta, it's not scientific. Just like everything that's going on now.
Pati sila nag-a-adjust rin yung hindi rin nila alam ang gagawin. Wala silang basihan.
Yeah.
Tama ba to? Hindi. Sige, try natin. Doon na rin nag-a-adjust sila.
Ang problema kasi sa atin is, ang basihan natin yung US. Hindi natin alam sa US, if you go in different other countries, it's totally normal. Everybody. Russia, all the other, everything's totally normal. It's just US kasi wants to have the fear porn continue kasi they have a different agenda. So, kasi lang, ginagayin man natin. Alam mo yung maskara natin, yung ganyan? Doesn't work. If you get a mask, lagyan mo ng vacuum yan, tapos kuminya ka ng yung wood shavings, lahat yan papasok.
Ganun ha?
Kung ganyan kalaki, papasok doon, itingin mo yung COVID, maano mo. So mukha tayong gago lahat na ganyan. Only the N95 works. Yung mga cloth natin na may design na ganyan, yan ang talagang use.
Saan mo naman napulot yan? Ano ba yan? Conspiracy mo na naman yan, Chief. Trump mo naman nakuha yan. Baka tumitira na ivermectin yan, no? Kaya palagi gano'n ka na, Chief, eh.
I'm a believer in ivermectin. But do whatever you can, diba? I mean, if you want to get vaccinated, do ivermectin, do everything you can. But the key here is, eventually, everybody will get COVID. It's just like the flu. It's just like, if you're going to have a normal life, everybody will get it eventually. It has to be, when you do get it, your body has to be prepared. So I got COVID already.
Na-COVID si Chief, ha?
COVID.
Hindi nyo alam mo.
Me, May, my 13-year-old and my 3-year-old. And because we were in good shape, we were sick for 1 day. Ako walang fever. The 2 kids had fever for 1 day. May wala. And then the next day, okay na kami. Wala na. Push-ups na kami. Days, ganyan. So, we were prepared for it. But if you're, syempre, mataba ka, hindi mo inasikaso yung sarili mo, then you have a comorbidity, then mag-ano ka na, di ba? You gotta prepare. Di ba? You just have to be in good shape.
Ivermectin lang pala. Bigyan mo ko yan, Chief, ha?
And then, don't overdose also ivermectin. Just like anything else, anything in excess is always bad.
Okay.
Ivermectin naman yan, kawawa naman yung liver. Ivermectin, talagang tempo ka talaga.
Okay, wala na tayo sa URCC. Ano pa next? Yung niya, Olympics? Ano pa? Yung SEA Games? Ano pa? Peps.
Actually, Chief, merong if you don't mind, we wanted to ask you. Naging headline ka sa news when was this? Mid-2000s ba to? Early 2000s that the founder of the URCC was shot in a nightclub. Anong kwento doon, Chief? What happened there?
Well, there's a lot of theories about who shot me, di ba? But during that time, what happened was, ang kalaban yata ng Togama at the time was Pasukuan. So people don't know the history of Pasukuan, I'm the founder of Pasukuan, me and somebody else. What happened was, you know, he would take care of the north, I'd take care of the south. What happened was, he used Pasukuan as a way to destroy other fraternities. And then after that, he used it in a different way na parang ginawa niyang gang, di ba? They started selling drugs and all that shit. But what happened was, when they did that, they did it behind my back sa Lasal. Kumbaga nagbuo sila to eventually fight the Brads in Lasal. And then we found proof of that, ayun na, away na. So of course, binara namin sila. One day, we made him bura sa Lasal. We came down with the rules and laws about what has to happen sa Lasal. Bawal sila more than 2 people, that kind of thing. You cannot pass here, you cannot do this, you can't do that. And then, yun, tuloy-tuloy na yung gulo. Later on, the guns.
Buddy system, Chief? Laging by pairs.
Yeah, no, but for them, kasi binawal namin sila to walk more than 2.
Okay.
In Lasal. So it's a sort of different time naman. Kasi more than 3, ibig sabihin, nagbubuo na naman kayo. So para sure kung hindi kayo nagbubuo, pag 2 kayo, okay lang. But if it's more, then there's a problem. Of course, naupakan sila and everything. And then later on, there are other people na, nagparel. Of course, you just shoot back. It was a very crazy time. With people would, we'd shoot houses. We'd shoot houses also. It was talagang grabe. So one time I was in a bar. When I came out,
Orange.
was hanging out, doing my own thing, diba? Party, tugs, ganon. All of a sudden, a car lowers the window, sprayin ako na M16. So, nung sprayin ako na M16, talagang, parang, I didn't know that I got shot eh. Okay? Parang, what do you call that? I didn't want to believe that I got shot. Basta hindi ko ma-explain eh. Parang sa scene or something, just say hi then go out. Just say hi.
Ayel.
Nakuha yung panga.
Cutie.
Nakuha yung panga. Panga ng Aguilar.
Okay. Okay, so yun. So when that happened, lahat ng tao dispersed. Diba, syempre, may nabaril, diba? Takbuhan lahat. Tangina, naiwan ako na there. So, tangina, sabi ko, so I had to get up. Puta ako yung nagtawag ng taxi habang talagang nanginginig yung leg, yung my right foot gumaganyan, no? Kasi tinamaan yung yung spine ko eh. Until now, I still have a bullet in my spine. Gumaganyan pa ako. So, sabi ko, taxi. Pagbukas ng taxi, I put my body in, yung kalahati ng katawan ko, hindi ko na mapapasok. And then yun na, pumasok na si Boy 2 was there, he threw it in. Of course, my ex-wife brought me in the hospital. Tapos pagdating sa kotse, tangina, tuloy-tuloy yung dugo. Grabe. Kasi syempre, dami kong tama. So I told him to do this. Pag ginagano nila yung dugo, puta lumalabas yung dugo ko sa dito na, yung parang grabe. Tapos sabi na, oh my God, there's so much blood. Sabi ko, relax, nakahinga pa ako. Ako naman, nakahinga pa ako. Okay, sa'yo.
Buhay pa.
Getting sa hospital, tagal, I go, guys, I got shot. Sabi ng nurse, okay, wait lang there, sir. Wait lang, puta na. Kasi siguro, di ba? Upo na ako sa wheelchair. So they brought me there. So when I was there, tagal before they fucking looked at me. Hindi ko alam bakit, or baka nasa utak ko lang na matagal, di ba? They brought in my cousin, beside me. Parang just so, when he was beside me, biglang, code blue. The fuck is code blue? Puta, sini-CPR na siya. Talagang boom, grabe. Tapos, tagal. Tapos mamaya, ano pangalan ng deceased? They said something like, death, ganon. Then what happened was, when they left him, beside me, kasi ganito yung ulo ko, ito yung ulo niya. Puta na, when I looked, his head fell down hanggang sa akin. Ganon. Dude, ka-oxygen siya. Ganon, sabi, wow. So, syempre, tangina, you don't know, kasi kala mo ikaw na yung next, di ba? So, sabi ko sa nurse, mamatay ba ako?
Dapat hindi.
Oh, mamatay ba ako? Sabi ng nurse, wait lang sir, wait lang. Tangina! Diba? Kaya sabihin hindi, di ba? Pero hindi rin niya sinabi. So, sabi ko, nurse, pag namatay ako, mumultuhin kita araw-araw. Hindi mo ako sinagot kayo. So, ito pa. Sabi ko pa sa nurse, wag mo na ako i-extra. Alam ko na nangyari sa akin. Yung kidney ko, tinamaan, tanggalin mo na yung kidney ko. Buti na lang wala hindi nakikinig kasi walang nangyari sa kidney ko. So yun.
Tatanggalin sa anak hindi mo.
So finally, may isang doktor kasi panic ako, mamatay ba ako? Hindi. Puta, there's a doctor came. Ikaw ba si Alvin Aguilar? Ako, oo, ako si Alvin Aguilar. Sabi niya, ikaw pala si Alvin Aguilar eh. Hindi ka mamatay. O ano, putang ina ako si Alvin Aguilar. Na ako walang lakas ng loob. Putang ina, grabe yun. So yun, when I woke up, tapos na pala yung operation, nasa ICU na ako. Dami-dami kong kung ano. You remember Jerome, di ba? Dami-dami kong mga wires, ganyan. May nakapasok sa ilong ko. Grabe yan. Pero the worst thing then was getting a catheter. Naka-catheter na ba kayo?
Oh, no.
Grabe. Okay, sir, here goes. Putang haba ng wire, pinapasok sa titi mo. Tama na please, putang titi mo. Tapos may isa pang wire na ipapasok na gito haba. Digo, grabe. Parang literally, titi mo, putang lighter nila sa dulo. Yan ang feeling.
Oh my God.
Yun, grabe. Grabe talaga. So yun, that's the worst.
Okay lang, Chip. Palit na yung titi mo eh.
Sa'yo, ano yung malaki ulo, malaki.
Nahirapan yun. Kaya kailan pitikin titi mo para tumigas.
Double barrel to. Ano mo lang sa mga ating mga...
Kaya lang yung titi mo. Kaya no. Para tumigas. Naka-4 na anak ka naman eh. Okay lang yan.
Going strong.
Going strong.
Anyway,
So yeah,
anyway,
Chief,
so,
naging
yeah.
headline siya nun eh. After the event, people started talking, syempre may chismis, a grapevine, ganyan. And then nagulat lahat na I think you didn't even stay more than a week. And how long were you confined?
4 days.
Yun nga eh. Tapos nagulat lahat, naglalakad na the very next week. Nagta-training na yata si Chief, nag-ano na.
What do you call that? I had to force myself to get better. I had to force myself kasi it was very toxic in the hospital. You know, the reporters, the police coming in and out. And then parang the longer you stay in the hospital, then you accept that you're hurt. And parang lalo magkakasakit. So I really forced myself. Pero yung masarap gawin when you have a lot of wires in your nose, kunyari may bibisita sa'yo, nakatahimik ka lang, di ba? Kunyari tutulog ka. Tapos kunyari, yan, di ba? Lapit. Yan, nag-choke. Siyempre,
Aalis.
Pinaliguan ka ba?
Ang dami
Pinaliguan ka ba doon? Pinaliguan ka nurse?
Wala nga eh. Hindi sana ako nag-iyak.
Pinaliguan nurse. Puta, sayang.
They said, pag hindi kumutot in 3 days, putik, they're gonna have to put the wires back inside. So talagang pinilit ko talaga kasi ang hirap eh. Imagine, you have more than 100 stitches here. Pagpiga mo, sakit, di ba? Tapos hindi ka rin sure because what they did was yung intestines ko, they cut it and then they sewed it together. Kasi they had to see if it worked. But if it doesn't work, if the wires don't work, bubuksan nila ako ulit. So I had to make sure gumana. Hassle yun, di ba? Buti na lang. So, yan, nagpilit na lang hospital. After 4 days, I was out.
Kailangan mo tumae. Gumagana yung mga gumagana yung intestine mo.
Diba? So, yan, but for the longest time, pag dumadaan ako sa x-ray, tumutunog ako kasi yung bala nandiyan pa sa likod. So, iniwan na yun doon.
So kada nagpa-fly ka sa airport, Chief, tumutunog eh, no?
Oh, before. So may dalang, yung doctor certificate, ganyan, x-ray. So nakakatakot, di ba? Siyempre, pag nalaman may bakal tapos tumutunog, baka yung isang ego na malaki kamay, bend over, tapos kaganyan.
Mahirap yan.
Artistahin ka pala man, Chief. Pintados. Artistahin ka pala man. Yung acting career mo raw, kwento mo yung acting career mo.
Hey!
Kwento mo yung acting career mo.
Hello. Ayun.
Yes.
Hello, one day, I decided, just try this. And then we had a lot of fun, di ba? Jerome, we would go on TV, we do stuff sometimes action, sometimes wasn't really that much fun. But I had a lot of fun doing that. The thing about yung mga acting na yan is 90% of the time, nag-aantay lang tayo, no, Jerome?
Oo.
Ibis, grabe yung antayan.
Yun talaga. Pababa pa bayad.
Oo. Wala eh.
Kaya
Hindi pa tayo sikat eh.
Kaya tinigil mo na lang. Di ba, kasama rin ako dun eh. Yung balik tayo, mga foreigners, yung exchange of knowledge na...
Yeah.
Tsaka mga...
Yeah, the balikatan exercises, we were part of that. You were also there. We would teach them stick and knife fighting,
sa Cavite,
empty hand.
empty
And then
hands.
eventually the Navy SEALs would fly me into Camp Pendleton. Tapos tuturuan ko yung mga Navy SEALs doon as well. I taught about 3 teams there of the Navy SEALs. So yeah, now I've taught everybody from the youngest, cutest, little baby boy and girl to the Navy SEALs, the U.S. Navy SEALs, our Philippine military, our Philippine police. We've created a lot of fighters also as well. That's something I'm also passionate about. I like empowering people, making them good, and then as long as hindi abusado, they use their strength and the knowledge to make sure everybody else around them becomes better. Then we did our mission.
Yun lang naman yung purpose of martial arts eh. The knowledge of sharing.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
sharing and then developing oneself and legacy maiiwan mo sa Pilipinas. Yan naman yung purpose niyan eh. Yung mga nagawa mong tulong at ma-distinguish ka na you made something out na nasa mundo ka. Yan. Kaysa yung wala lang, nasa bahay ka lang or nagko-computer ka lang, you make something out of you. Yeah. With the help of Alvin, yun, pati ako, nasasama na because of Chief.
There's gonna be a time kasi, there's gonna be a time kasi that we're gonna be standing for a great white throne, diba? We're gonna be waiting for the judgment for deeds done while we were still in the body. So we have to make sure our life and actions are pretty much pure and spotless. When it comes to that time, diba? Of course, we all make mistakes, but it's part of the journey. But then if you know already what to do and what not to do, diba? At the same time, of course, you also have to
learn talaga. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, Chief. Okay. After nun, we next to the pictures na tayo.
Copy ng mga pictures. We will flash them, then give us a short story about the picture.
Yeah, kwento mo naman, Chief.
Oh, that's one of the greatest days of my life. Oh. Yeah, one of the greatest days of my life because they gave me the black belt. I didn't expect that at all. Tapos yung binili nila Jerome na black belt para sa akin, sobrang laki. Di mo man lang ginawang mukha katuloy akong McDonald's yung black belt kong ang haba.
Andiyan naman yung moment, masaya ka eh. First Filipino homegrown black belt.
Inisip ko tuloy. Yeah,
Chief, how important how
I was very
important
happy
is
that time.
Kazeka Muniz in your martial arts journey?
Oh, very, very important. I'm actually looking for the guy right now. He's missing. Because I want to reconnect with him. And I want him to go here, keep training with us. So again, I mean, we're all part of the same journey anyway. So
pati rin siya eh.
We love the guy. We had so many adventures
Chief,
with the guy.
totoo ba yung story na kasi 'di ba si Kazeka Muniz, si Professor Kazeka, siya, Navy SEAL? Navy SEAL
No,
siya.
he's not. He's not.
Okay. Kasi kinuwento sa akin ni Amo yun. Barbero talaga si Amo. Pero may kinikwento sa akin kasi si Amo na ano raw, you guys would go drinking kasi si Professor Kazeka daw has a automatic wake up time at 5 a.m. Parang naging habit na niya yun na kahit anong inom nyo, uwi kayong 4, uwi kayong 4:30, 15 minutes sleep lang siya, lasing siya, 5 a.m. gigising magte-train. Totoo ba yun?
Yan yung hassle sa kanya. Pupuyatin kami sa Pravda, pupuyatin kami kung saan-saan, tapos the next day magla-laps kami sa Rizal. Gago rin no?
Pero hindi siya Navy SEAL, no? Hindi siya Navy SEAL. Pero si Amo.
Kasama kasi training camp yun nasa training camp kasi yun Kaya kailangan mag-ano sila mag-ayos sila And then si Kazeka, si Fritz nagdala sa kanya sa Pilipinas.
Yes, si Fritz. Purple belt pa lang siya noon
Purple belt pa lang siya noon. Nakilala niya si si Fritz sa Brazil, 'di ba, Chief? Or sa Amerika niya nakilala?
Sa Amerika.
Sa Amerika niya nakilala. Okay. Pumunta sa Brazil to train.
Yes.
And then lumipat na si Fritz sa atin, nagkagulo sa pasukan.
Pero nung lumipat siya sa atin, Kazeka also went with us.
Kasi kasama pa rin siya doon sa kabila, 'di ba, Chief? Nag-train siya doon
at first. And then parang parang pinakita rin siya na hindi niya nagustuhan. So, ayun.
Okay. Chief, kapal ng buhok mo dito Okay.
Oo nga Pansin ko nga
Ito naman, yung mundial mo. Brazil, kalaban mo. Black belt ba? Brown belt? Black belt to
okay, in Brazil before, to join the mundials, you have to be the champion of your state. So lahat ng kalaban ko, champion sa state nila before they enter the mundials. Since Philippines tayo, wala tayong championship, automatic papasok ka. So lahat ng kalaban mo dyan, champion. So yun nga, I won 2. And then later on, the same weight class ko dyan that time, nalo ng weight class ko dyan si Andre Galvao.
Andre Galvao? Okay.
Yeah, doon mismo. That one.
Laki. Laki ng kalaban mo, Chief,
Ultimately, si Andre Galvao ang
nanalo siya doon
sa bracket.
Yeah. If I won my third, I might have faced him.
Sayang.
For at least the silver,
Wala no excuse.
Bronze medal ka, Chief.
Wala. I didn't get anything at the time. I lost my third. I won my first 2. It was really I wasn't prepared. I was just learning. I was just learning how to play the game.
Kaka-black belt mo lang yun
Yeah, this one that one was when I was a blue belt. That picture. This picture, look at this picture, okay? Go back to that other one, yung marami kami. Yan. Look at that, okay? Beside me is Kleber Luciano. After him is Fredson Alves. Then it's Saulo Rivera. Spoiler. And then that's Paulo Giliobel. Then after that, that's Lovato. Then after that, that's Sanjay. Tangina, kahit sino karol mo dyan, yan ang karol ko. So tangina, talagang grabe, talagang gulpe talaga ako. Look at that. Look at that lineup, man. Diba? So, can you imagine, kahit sinong karoon mo dyan. So, I had beautiful training partners there. Beautiful training partners. And that was such a good day.
Pati yung tenga mo, Chief, bumigay yung tenga mo dyan, di ba?
Oo. Pati lahat ng mga lunal ko sa leeg, natanggal din
Bakit? Matatanggal yung lunal mo dyan.
Lagi ako nag-choke Lagi ako nag-choke. Ubus. Parang nagpa-derma lang ako.
Parang mapawis-pawis pa sila dito Sige. Okay, next. Ito, Chief. Yung nasa,
we just finished training there. Yeah, that was the first time Filipino ever won in the highest level of Jiu-Jitsu. That's a black belt. I'm fighting a Brazilian. His name is Ratino. He's the director of Gracie Barra in France.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that was a very good day also.
Napagod ka dito sa world
grabe. Alam mo yung nakakainis doon? So, in the middle of the fight, diba? Kasi ang haba 10 minutes, diba? Black belt, 10 minutes, diba? Tapos sa kalaban mo, gagaling. Sigaw si Fritz, Albs, okay yan. Malapit na yung time. Okay. Pagtingin ko sa time, 5 minutes. Sabi ko, tarantado talaga to. Ginagago ako. Paano mo naman naging 5 minutes pa, malapit na yung time. Tangina. Tapos, mga kalaban mo, Brasileiro na sa World Championship ng Black Belt. Ay, yan.
Naubos ka dito.
That was a good day though. That was a beautiful day. So at least I showed the world here that Filipinos can do this. And if we win there, diba? Then later on, I can't wait till the next Filipino comes in and destroys my record there. I cannot wait.
Yan, kailangan meron. Sana Aguilar din yung pangalan.
Next year.
Ito, URCC.
Next year. URCC.
URCC.
Watch out next year.
Sino ba kumuha ng pangalan na yan, Chief? Sino ba nag-peg niya?
Ako lang kasi, ito nangyari. Ang story niyan is nandun ako sa Gab. Tapos, ano pangalan ng promotion mo? Ay, walang pangalan yung promotion ko.
Itanong mo kay Pichon. Sama mo si Pichon.
Fighting championship or reality. Ganun. So, off the fly yan. It just came out. URCC.
Halatang prepared Doon na lang nag-ayos-ayos. Ito sa Japan, Chief, sa Japan.
Na may station amusement, magbibigay lang ako ng papel tapos okay na.
Ito, Chief, sa Japan ka.
Japan.
In Japan ka.
Yeah.
Kalaban mo, Hapon siguro to.
Jerome.
Hapon siguro to.
So, let ang kalaban ko dyan, Hapon. So, when we were there, napansin ko, yung mga students natin, pagdating doon, the first time they went there, hindi ako lumaban. Parang takot sila. Parang takot sila. Ayun, so, yun nga, that was Japan, di ba? Like I was saying kanina, yung mga students natin, lahat parang kinakabahan dyan. Parang natatalo sila, they weren't playing their game. That's why I joined there to show everybody na medyo bossing na tayo sa Asia. Ayaw lang talaga nila maniwala. That's one of the reasons why I joined that. And then,
Chief,
we got
Mga 2016 ba to?
Yeah, 2016.
Correct. Yeah.
So, yeah, that fight.
Si Kuya, nag-gold si Kuya dyan Si Kuya. Brown belt, di ba? Binigyan mo siya brown belt dyan.
Yeah. Kasi after this, that's when he fought, di ba? We all got gold after that Kasi I had to show everybody na galing-galing natin. Bakit tayo natatakot sa mga yan?
Diba? Ang dami natin delegates dyan.
Oo, ganda. It was a beautiful day. Yung ayoko lang is yung my second, yung sa finals, di ba? Nanalo na ako.
I'm gonna tell Mama that I did.
Yung nanalo na ako, bigla akong inagalak.
I saw that. Last 3 seconds, no, Chief?
No. Tapos na. As in, tapos na yung time. Biglang parang gusto niya bawian. Di ba?
Parang Lebron lang
Kasi, what do you call that? Siya pala lagi nag-champion.
Inangkilak ka. Tapos na yung time.
Tapos na yung time, bigla ngayon. Pero napikon siguro siya na hindi siya nag-champion, na nandun ako. Ayun. Sabi niya siguro, tangina, hindi naman hapon to. Bakit na nanalo to?
Racist na.
Wow. That's the opening of the first Death Tack gym. Ganda ng picture na yan, Wow.
Where was the first Death Tack gym, Chief?
Yeah, it was in BF Homes. I partnered up with Archie Lazatin. We made that whole place from scratch. Actually, that place is still standing now, but they use it for other things. To the side we got.
May nakatira na dyan, Chief? May nakatira na dyan?
Parang
Meron na.
So,
Dirty, hanapin mo nga si Papi kung mahanap mo.
Dito,
sa alamin.
Nakita ko na, sa likod ni Joey.
Yan.
Oo nga, andyan siya.
Andiyan pa si Chris Luna. Ayun. Nasa likod mo, Chief.
Andyan ba?
Oo.
Yung
injured siya. Taka-taka niya.
Oo nga.
Miko
Permanente,
Pinchay, malaki
permanenteng
na.
na-injure yung utak ng tao na yan.
Yan, ito yung the start of
Yeah.
Def Talk. Yeah.
Wow.
Humble
Ang
beginnings.
lit-lit ni Carl yan, no? Si Carl yan, eh.
Carl yan.
Harap.
Si Liam, oh. Gwapo-gwapo.
Si Liam.
Hmm.
Grabe, oh.
Hmm.
Wow.
Kilala mo pa mga yan, Chiefs? Kilala mo pa yan, mga yan? Hindi na.
Oo naman. Pichons, Baste, si Joey. Grabe yung book ni Joey. Nakatakot, oh. Yung nasa likod, sana ko si Joey Pinchay, may buhok pa siya, no?
Oh, bibok pa siya.
Yep.
Si Gari-garay.
Pero maaga siya na panot, eh, no?
Maaga siya na pa. Nauna lang siya sa'yo, Chief. Nauna lang siya sa'yo.
Okay na, kapal-kapal na ng buko na mo. Laki ng ginastos ko sa hair transplant yan.
Chief, sino sa likod niya, no? Sino sa likod ni Pichon? Si...
Bring me back. Can you see the picture? Let me see it.
Sino to,
Wala yung
Chief?
picture, eh.
Sino to?
Katabi ni Fritz.
Hindi, katabi ni, sa
Brad
likod ni
yan.
Pichon. Si kalimutan ko to.
Si Kang.
Si Kang. Si Kang.
Tuwaso niya.
Oh, si
He's
Kang
now a
Karot.
pastor. He's now a pastor right now.
Si Kang Karot. Oh,
He spreads
Kang
to... Yeah, he spreads the word of God to everybody who listens. So he's a pastor now.
Okay. Oh, si Kang pala. Oh, si Kang.
O si Gary Garay, oh. Buhay na buhay, oh.
Sa kulungan na ngayon, Chief.
Ha? Nakakulong na naman?
Hindi ko alam.
Bugot pala.
Tugog talaga. Okay,
Nakakulong na naman si Gary. Ano ba yan?
ito, wrestling team naman. Ikaw na nag-aasikaso ng wrestling.
Yan. I'm very proud of these guys. You know what? I wish that I had a lot more money so I could bring them to all of the tournaments around the world and give them better training. But we do what we can with what we have. Okay, but they work so hard. They deserve a lot more. I really wish that we would get more support from the government. So, ayun lang.
Magsisimula lang yan, Chief, pag binigyan mo ng gold ng government.
Yeah, it's baliktad eh. So, kaya ginagawa ko when I have extra money, of course, I bring them out to, around the world and everything. Pero hindi dapat nagagaling sa akin yun eh. Diba? It should be, oo, diba? And, yun nga. But, watch the next day's SEA Games. Ayan. Ayan, grabe yan ah. That's the bench.
Chief, ito yung Togama bench.
Yeah. Bawal mo po dyan pag hindi ka Togama. Tapos ang ginawa na Lasal, alam mo ginawa na Lasal? Tinanggal nila lahat ng bench. Just to make an example out of us. They took out all of the benches there. Loko-loko eh, no?
First year college, Chief. Oh.
That guy in front, yung nasa rightmost, ang pangalan niya si Basoy. Kasi Batanggen yung Tisoy.
Basoy.
Grabe. Ito.
Nice
Training.
memories. Ayan, yung mga Sarian, those are the seniors in Sarian. Ako yung laging baby dyan. So that's Romel, that's Sixto, that's Francis, and that's Jeremiah. So these are my seniors in Sarian, and then ako yung baby dyan. So I was the most junior instructor there. That's the instructor's class. So isa Sarian before, you get invited to be a instructor. You join the instructor's class. Tapos yun, you better hang with everybody there kasi bugbugan talaga dyan.
Wala pa si Baste, no?
Chief, how brutal was Sarian?
Yeah, we really fucked everybody up. You guys, Jaime, we would knock people out. People would kick you in the groin, no groin cup. It was really crazy. But that's how we all learned. And Sir Bob made it in such a way that when you train, you can apply it right away. So since we train it, we tried applying it right away in sparring. And all we did was actually study spar, full spar, study spar, full spar drill over and over and over again. And look at how huge those guys are behind me. Diba? Ang payat-payat ko. So, I had good sparring partners.
Sixto pa lang. Laki-laki ni Sixto.
Oh,
Mabigat
ngayon
ang boto.
malaki na lang yung tiyan niya.
Pag pumalo, ang lakas. Yeah, Sobel.
Yeah. Sixto, yep. The Lasal Zobel.
Lasal Sobel.
But going back to Sixto though, I mean, Sixto is one of the instructors that, understands a lot of systems. One of the few instructors, the one of the second guy to the left, one of the guys, few guys in the world who understands how the systems, certain systems of Filipino martial arts actually really work. Because not everybody took the time out to do what he did.
Ano siya, chief eh, nerd eh. Martial art nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Ikaw, martial art fighter ka eh. Siya, nerd naman.
True that.
True that. Ito, so Belmo, alma mater.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alma mater. Thank you, baby. That's my alma mater.
Ano naman tong Kali Taktiko mo?
Okay, Kali Taktiko, we're going to be launching that in a few weeks. So I've done so many other martial arts. And then what I want to do is give people an easy to learn system to be able to defend themselves the fastest way possible. Kasi hindi naman po pwedeng nagtitraining araw-araw yung mga tao tulad natin, di ba? Hindi naman sila lahat, they don't have the passion, you know, they're busy doing other things. So I came up with online lessons. They do this at their own time. They do this at their own time. We have videos. We have more than 300 videos there, step by step. And after that, we have live sessions online the weekend, so you can ask me any question you want. So Kali Tactical means basically street tactics or being street technical. I want you to have the knowledge and the awareness to be able to survive on the street. Because I was able to survive on the street. So I'd like to show and teach everybody how to.
So Chief, ano to? It's more of real life situation. Yung kunyari, nagwe-withdraw ka, tapos hold upin ka, yung mga ganon.
Yes. Now the first part of Kali Tactical, I will be sharing the knife system that I've shared with the Navy SEALs. So I'm an instructor in several Filipino martial arts styles. And because of that, that plus real life experience, plus what I know what happens. So what do you call that? That's what I'll be sharing to everybody. You really have to see it. I'm very, very proud of what we've done there. Ano lang is we will have to, how does this go? I have to make sure that the people that enroll online also, although it's open to everybody, we have to make sure that it lands in the hands of good people. No, not the people who will use this for bad stuff. Because this will really empower anybody who learns this. Anybody can now really defend themselves, become someone. That's us Sunday mornings with Jerome. Me and Jerome attend that. That's Arnold Nazo from Illustrissimo. He is the heir apparent now of the Illustrissimo system under the Tony Diego lineage. Those are my sons, Luki on the left and Lucha on the right.
What is open hand? Ernest ba to, Chief?
Well, this style is more for itak fighting. It's really more the blade. I don't like. I've done a lot of Ernest. It's also applicable for Ernest. No, I've done stick fighting, not just in the street. In sparring and on the street. Now I want to learn. It's the same angles, but there's a slight difference when you use a blade. And I want to learn it because I want to learn how to, it's different when you fight with a blade. So I want to be able to streamline my moves to do this. And then Arnold Nazo is the best in the world to do it with. So yeah, and so I have, if you notice, we're all holding itaks. So yun, and I'm too old to be going out to na may stick ako, makipag-rumble pa ako. I'm too old. So if I do get into a fight, and then hinahassle mo ko, itakin na lang kita, di ba? Because I don't have any time to
tapos ang usapan.
Tapusin na natin. No, but I'm doing also for, what do you call that? We all have to be, I think we all have a responsibility to make sure that we carry our Filipino martial arts to the next generations.
Preserving the art, Chief. Preserving the art. Kaya nga nag-enroll rin ako.
Yes. That's why, me and Jerome have a pack there. that we make sure that we preserve this art now for the next generations.
Kaysa yung Jiu-Jitsu naman, di naman sa atin yun eh. Di naman Filipino martial arts yun eh. Doon tayo sa sariling atin. Doon tayo sa sariling atin. Doon natin ipagyabang sa buong mundo na Filipino martial arts. Yan. Kaysa sa pagyayabang natin Brazilian martial arts. Kaya nga Brazilian yun eh. Jiu-Jitsu, hindi naman atin yun. Oh.
Exactly.
So, pagmamahal sa bansa, pagmamahal sa sariling martial arts at pagyayabang sa sa buong mundo. Yan. Okay, next. Yan. Ako naman. White belts.
Yeah. So these are the guys. The guys to my left and the guys to my right are the ones responsible for spreading jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts in Southeast Asia. You know, I opened the door, and these guys were the ones that came in and carried the torch. If it wasn't for the guys to my left and the guys to my right, there'd be no MMA, no jiu-jitsu. And I'm very, very proud of having them. We're all together even until this time. The reason why we're all together is because we had the same goals back then. Whatever goals we had back then, it's still the same goals we have right now. We never let ego.
Sariling interest. Tama.
Yes, we never let ego get in the way. We walang sariling interest. You know, we never trained para ipakita na napakagaling ko. We never trained, para nag-black belt. Kala mo kung sino ka na. No, it's not like that. We basically trained. You know, we were training the whole time, and then nakataon lang we had the cameras on after a while sa atin, di ba? And that never changed anything. And I'm very, very happy. And I'm very, very happy that we're still together, and we're actually doing this interview, Jerome. Who would think, no?
Wala na, ano lang to. Para malaman ng iba yung totoo.
Yeah.
Yan. Okay. Ito na yung next generation from that. And then ito na yung legacy na iiwan natin.
Yeah. These are the next. All of these kids' parents are sons of our students as well.
Ito na yung result, di ba? Ito yung resulta ng ginagawa natin. Sila na nakakaalam. Na-expose na sila.
So they ang gusto natin is, habang bata pa lang sila, they fought at the world championship level. And they all did well. They got third place, second place. And we actually had a world champion there. But of course, dinaya tayo, even if it's on tape. Kala ko nga may malakampaus doon na dinadaya tayo sa score eh. Pero wala, ganun talaga. So, what's this? Very, very happy with the result here. We were third place. Philippines was third place in the world here. Overall with all the other countries. So, we did a lot of sacrifices to do this. Hindi kami sinuporta ng gobyerno para gawin yan. Nobody actually helped us there. Very, very few people helped us. Of course, actually the only one who helped us there was our POC president, si Kong Bumble, and Pagcor, and Jenny Munar. But aside from that, nobody else helped us. And then everything else, we had to do.
Gastos mo na.
And, yeah. Then yung may gagong airline pa, di pa pinasakay yung mga bata.
Kawawa.
Imagine 48 hours sila nakaantay sa airport bago siya pinasakay. Gago rin talaga eh. So these are the things we have to go through. But you know what? It was worth every part, every hardship we went through. Look at that, diba? That's one of the best showings ever by the Philippines in the world. Sa UWW.
Chief, wala si Pierre, walang medal.
Nagkaroon ng medal yan.
Okay. Kala ko.
Tanga-tanga lang kasi.
Nakatulog.
Taking, nilagay sa bag niya.
Lagay sa bag niya.
Sabi ko, wala na akong time. Kailangan natin malis. Iwan na kami ng bus eh.
Akala.
So, yun.
Yeah. Okay. Ito na yan. Ito rin yun, mga kids. Same kids. Yeah.
So, yun. That's Zoni also. He heads DefTac Iloilo.
Yung mga resulta, yung mga nakilala na tayo nila. Yeah.
Chief, has the Philippine wrestling team, it's always been active in the wrestling international scene naman, diba? Actually, Chief, I was asking, even before that you've been hands-on with the Philippine wrestling team, the Philippine wrestling team has been active naman internationally, haven't we?
Okay. When we went to a lot of changes of wrestling, we kicked out very very corrupt people, and then ang nangyari is we replaced when we replaced them, puta naging mas corrupt pa. Tayo na Bible pa nagbabasa, quotes Bible quotes all the time. Biglang nung nandun na, mera na, talagang unliquidated niya ata doon mga 3 million pesos pa or something that we're still after. It's mga ganun talaga. So we had to go through a lot of that, so WAP. But since we took out all the bad eggs, there's no one to blame anymore except ourselves if we don't achieve. So here we are. We're gonna achieve.
Correct, Chief. So actually, Chief, I was gonna say though, we've never really heard news before of the Philippine wrestling team coming home with success. But since you handled it, ito na yata, Chief, yung seeds na plant nyo, nagbe-bear fruit na siya. Ang dami ng medals ng mga Filipinos ngayon nagdadatingan. So it shows how far the team has gone and really the potential of the Filipino athletes. No? Ang issue lang talaga, Chief, is the support of the government.
Yes. Well, there's two actually. The support of the Philippine government, and believe it or not, there's still people trying to make sure that we don't win.
Oh, really? So, Filipinos, huh?
Yeah, our own
Crab
Filipinos.
mentality.
Yeah, so you guys know who you are. If you guys are listening to this, all I have to say is fuck you guys. This is just the beginning. Even actually before this, we had the record for we had the record for championships in Southeast Asia before this. So doing really well. We're doing really well. And for the people who try to bring us down, keep trying, motherfuckers. Imagine rebooking all that. Russia, magkano yun, no? Grabe.
Budgeted lang kayo eh.
Oh, kaya hanggang ngayon, puro pansit canton kinakain ko eh.
Konting sacrifice lang. Ito na.
Yeah, that was the first time that we had the IBJJF go here. So we won overall there. And there was no questions officiating because we've got a lot of referees from out of the country, so walang dugasan or anything like that. And then of course, our guys prevailed. They did very, very well. That was a very good day also. I love that day.
Sino to mga kasama mo, Chief? Sino mga kasama mo?
Okay, the one to my left is that's Stephen Campos. The one to my right is Ali Sulit. This is pretty much like all the time in the jiu-jitsu scene. So these guys, the guys on my left, the guys on my right, they change. Sometimes the guy on my right becomes number 2. Sometimes the guy on my left becomes number 3. But the one who becomes number 1 is always the same. But it's not because of me. It's because of the effort, the heart and effort everybody puts in. Nothing else. There's no secret. The heart and effort everybody puts in. That's it. And then everybody else around us, we created a training environment that everybody pushes everybody else, but at the same time, everybody goes hard. Really, to the point that really almost hurts you in the gym. You think it's really, really hard, but everybody wants everybody to do really well, and that's what makes us a team.
Correct. Chief, ito. Tell me about that.
That's where the Brads always used to hang out in McDonald's, and then pag inuman na, they go to University Mall, and then we get good and drunk there.
Tapos, Chief, pag pumapasok, hindi na nag-attend ng class, no? Sa McDonald's na ang diretso.
Wala na, diretso na.
Sa UM na ang attendance.
It's so weird. Yun nga. Totoo. You know what? It's so weird because the Brads who would go in there, they hardly went to school. They would go straight to the bars, hang out, do frat stuff, basically hang out the whole day. You should see how well they do in life. right now. I'm not saying that this is for everybody or whatever, no. They all have good families, they're happily married, they have good kids who excel, and they also excel. I think one of the reasons is because of all the shit we had to go through, because of our, some of it was because of our stupidity or whatever. Learned some qualities that we learned qualities that would make us not be afraid to make a better life for ourselves. And I think that's what happened.
Isa na dyan si Jerome Lepitan. He made a really good life of himself.
Okay, ito
Jerome.
na. Next na. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was right before we got to drink. So they made me take a picture with two. We got overall, I think, what's that? I don't know. Do you get second place in the gi? I don't know. First place always in gi, and then the no gi. Ang nangyari kasi, uuwi na yung mga tao.
Ayaw
Kasi
na.
nanalo na ako. So kukonti na. But no gi pa rin. We still, if we wanted to, we'd always still get it. But basta as long as you're always first place sa gi. Yep, that's my sensei, Saulo.
Pareho kayo, Bokchi pa.
Bagong
gupit.
Ha?
Nabasa lang.
But okay lang. Basta pareho kaming laro, okay lang.
Chief, when did you start your mentorship with Professor Saulo?
2010, I think, or 2009. He was really, parang, who the hell are you? Gano siya sa akin. And then, we became close. He's been a good guide. He's been my good brother, and I can't wait to see him again. A lot of people have different impressions of him. I see through it. He always means well. He just wants the best for everybody.
Japan.
Yeah. Actually, hindi ko nga alam na dapat kinakagat pala yung medal pag gold eh. So, someone just said, kagatin mo, pas mag-picture ka, o sige. Nakakangilo. Ganun pala yun, pag may gold, dapat pala kinakagat. So, hindi ko na naabutan yung mga ganyang klaseng posing eh. Ayun, that's my first trip to the Gracie Academy. That's Voice Gracie beside me.
White belt, black belt.
Yep.
Black belt, white
Yes,
belt.
sir.
Yeah.
So, Chief, you were high school here, no? White belt, no?
I was college na then. College. First year yata ako or second year or something like that. Yeah. Hoist has also been, I know I'm still in touch with Hoist now. He's an awesome guy, still the same. What's nice is he doesn't have to fight anymore. He now enjoys the fruits of his labor. He does everything under the sun. He does it when he wants. He does what he wants. He does what he wants when he wants. So that's good. That's a good place to be in life.
Dinala natin siya dito.
Sarian,
Chief. Nawala na
Yeah,
naman.
that's go, Sir Bob.
Sir Bob.
And I'm here.
Kusart.
Yeah. Yep. Robert Cusart, the big boss of Sarian. Was one of my first real guides in martial arts. And then he was the one who, what do you call that? Pushed me to keep achieving more, pushed me to keep learning also. Even when I was with him, laging ganon. Keep learning, keep achieving. And I owe a lot to him.
Yan yung mga unang influences mo, Chief.
Yes.
Siya talaga,
Sir Bob.
Si Sir Bob.
Robert.
Sir F pa.
Of course, Sir F.
Sir F pa. Si Sir F.
We all love Sir F.
Sir F, Dinala natin siya dito.
Wala nang book si Hoist dito, no?
Wala na. Ikaw,
sa kanan niya, palang buhok,
Sa'yo, kapal. Bagong gupit.
Bagong gupit pa yan, ha?
Bagong
Kapal
gupit
pa,
kapal pa. Black belt ka na dito.
Ako, Chief, this was the first time na nakilala ko rin si Hoist Gracie. White belt pa ako noon. That was in Banff.
Oh, ano, that time way back, no?
Tapos nagugulat, di ba,
Saulo comes
Papi,
to my-
nagulat lahat ng tao. Nagbihis si Hoist Gracie sa men's bathroom. Tapos
Oo.
naghubad-hubad lang, hindi mo na nagtago. So,
Oo.
di ba, parang, lahat tayo, putang ina, naghubad si Hoist Gracie.
Kita yung titi niya.
Kita, di ba, velcro yung ano.
Kita yung titi. Parang normal lang eh.
Tapos na-shock lahat eh. Oh, naghubad. Parang wala lang, Chief. Pero sa Brazil yata, ganun sila.
Hindi,
Okay.
ganun sila. Oo,
Chief,
tangina.
Chief, kwento mo yung nagganot, tinuruan ka ng choke sa CR.
Nasa CR kami, tapos si Horian yata, kaliligo lang. Then he saw us doing, guillotine escapes. Sabi niya, come here, putik. Bagong ligo rin siya. Sabi niya, come here, putik. Gilig.
Na nakahubad.
Hubad din, Chief.
Oh.
Patay tayo dyan.
Ito yung mga seminar ni Saulo.
Yeah. At least we're there. Yeah, with my better half.
Chief, what did Saulo Ribeiro think about the Filipino Jiu-Jitsu athletes?
Okay, he settled in here because he wanted us to be his reps in Asia, and then it still stands because we're the largest and most successful team in Asia. We had the medals of Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, wrestling, all of that combined. We're still the most successful. So lahat ng ibang bansa susubukan nila to follow. Russia's catching up because putek sa mga world championships, then they bring in 150 competitors. Sa kids pa lang yun. So we have to make sure that we amp up our programs so we maintain our superiority because we're superior here. Tayo yung boss for now. But that might change unless we get more funding and more support. So yeah, this day was a good day. You saw that.
Okay, kwento nga, sino mga Chief? Sino mga kasama mo?
Okay. The one on the left is Hoist Gracie. He's the first UFC champion ever. The one beside him, Helio Gracie, their father, was the one who created Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Now, the one on my right, that's Horian Gracie, he is the founder of the UFC. So this picture was by accident. I was going home. I just finished training. I asked Hoist if I could take a picture with him. And then Hoist says, no, not just with me. You take a picture with my father and you take a picture with my brother. And that's how we got that picture. And I'm so happy I got that picture. Look, all of them are right there.
Legends.
Legends.
Mas lalo si Grandmaster.
Legend.
How many practitioners can actually say that they have pictures with the Grandmaster?
Yes. So happy for that. That was a good day.
Mga awards mo na to eh. Mga Philippine team, mo na.
Yeah.
BJJ.
You know what?
Chief,
So funny, no?
sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, Chief, so si Professor May Masuda, nakalimutan natin itanong. If si Chief is the first male Filipino black belt, si Professor May is the first female Filipina homegrown black belt. Is correct, no, Chief?
Yes, correct, yes.
And also the first Mondials medalist, no?
World champion. And then she's also the first world champion. She's also the first Asian Beach Games gold medalist for the Philippines in any sport.
Wow.
So, see this, diba? Diba, you saw all the guys getting medals there. Can you imagine? There's people who wrote PSC complaining about us doing this.
Yes.
Gago rin, no?
Yung mga congressman. Contact
Oh,
sport daw.
They were using the office pa of Manila or something like that. Nagsulat sa PSC. Ano yun? Diba?
Anong issue daw nila, Chief? Anong maling ginagawa dito?
We're misrepresenting daw grappling. Kasi dapat ang grappling lang. Tanga pala sila, hindi nila alam, Jiu-Jitsu is part of grappling. So syempre, we went to the best grapplers in the world sa IBJJF, di ba? So yeah, that's another thing, no? when people cannot beat you, harap-harapan, they will go behind you, do stupid shit like that. I've dealt with that my whole life. So, this is just another example. I'm just calling it out right now kasi natatawa ako eh. Parang, grabe, why don't you guys just fucking train, make yourselves good, and then, come up, make sure that you're the one who gets to go to another country and, really represent the country well. Hindi yung gagawa kayo ng pailalim na everything, alam na natin na you guys are support, you guys don't train properly, then gagawa kayo ng ganyang klaseng There's, the only thing should be skill only. Diba? Should be the only basis. Hindi yung mobility ka, may ilalim, ganyan. Because we can play that also. But, in the end, ganun talaga ang buhay. There's may kontrabida lagi. And for now, sila yung kontrabida. And this is also a nice day. This is when we got gold's Asian Championship. I shook the guy's hand after. I was really pissed at him. I wanted to kick his ass after he tried to break my ass like time. But I guess that's part of it. Ito yung laugh trip. Yung pinaka third place all the way in the right side. Yung pinaka right. Sabi niya sa akin, I was hoping I could get to fight you. Sabi sa akin. Wala, hindi ka nanalo eh. Kaya hindi ka umabot.
Yun lang. Pero Chief, the entire team remembers this because a lot of the DefTap fighters have been going to Japan year in, year out. Japan. We've been focused on going to Japan, making it there. But a lot of us also fell short because you mentioned nga na baka may kaba. And then when you dominated this one, this really boosted everyone was really inspired. When you won the gold, the very next day, nag-training lahat.
Yeah, that's good to know. That was the whole reason why I joined. That's why people said, "Why didn't you go back in the next year?" No, I just wanted to prove a point. No, we're the best there. And Baron and Kiko.
Publicity stunt ba to, Chief?
No, okay. Just so everybody knows, these guys are really fighting. Now, after that, during all of the hype, sinasabi ng mga people close to them, kunyari gawa tayo ng fake fight. Sabi ko, kung magkaroon sila ng fake fight, ako papasok sa ring, kukuyugin ko sila. Kasi URCC, tapos may fake fight kayo, di ba? So they really fought. And then, just so you guys know also, hindi ihi yung tinapon ni Kiko kay Baron. Some reporter just said, it was beer. Hindi ko alam bakit sinasabi. So, you know how people do reporting sometimes, di ba? Uy, nagtapon ng ihi. So, it's like, why would I allow someone to throw urine during a URCC press con, di ba? Tabo naman. Uy, ihi ka dyan, ha? Tapos, pag dali mo yung arenola mo, tapos, di ba? Di ba, putik? So, yun. These guys, grabe, more than 16 million, what do you call that? Social media impressions that time, I think. Grabe. Crazy.
Chief, ito na yata yung next Chief eh. Kasi katulad nila, Logan, di ba? Nagkahamon sila ng mga away. Parang ito na yung next na...
I'll tell you something now. After I started this, you making artistas fight and everything, Japan, Korea, and Singapore did the same thing. After they did that, the US picked up on what Japan and Korea were doing. That's what you see now. So all of these things that you see, yung mga Logan, whatever na yan, that started here. We started this. The Filipinos started this.
Kailan pa tong kay Kiko Matos? Matagal-tagal na yan eh.
Matagal-tagal na yan eh. Pati yung kay yung kay Cesar Montano pa, di ba? Kay Bayani.
Yeah, I didn't understand. That was but that was a good, that also inspired me because I said, wow, this got a lot of hype, but it didn't really prosper, di ba? But this one, I made sure, di ba? Kasi galing si Baron mag-promote eh.
Magaling si Baron, Chief. Magaling. Tsaka si Kiko. Silang dalawa. Magaling silang dalawa.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Actually, magaling silang dalawa. Magaling silang dalawa. Ngayon, yung si Baron na gano'n na nagbagong buhay na eh.
Oh, that's good. Dapat lang. I mean, I think we all go through our stages in life. And si Kiko is a successful actor now. And at the same time, he trains. No, he can be easily become a pro now. Lumaban na yan sa URCC. He fought a hater there, and then he won. Pero si Kiko, Kiko can do really well. He trains. He's a champion grappler now. And talagang member na talaga siya ng DEFTA.
In-interview ko nga rin ni
Chief.
Chief.
Oo, kinikwento niya sa amin, Chief, may kaaway daw siya ngayon sa social media, si Bad Boy ng Cebu.
I guess that that's to carry the story and stuff. But I hope people know that that's the persona of Kiko online. The guy's a fucking angel, nicest guy. He's a family man. So he's telling you guys a story and using his artistic skills, to show you guys a story, to entertain you guys. I hope you guys don't take it seriously. I know him. He's a good guy. He's a student. Again, he's an angel. He's the nicest guy ever. He's a family. So, he's got a beautiful daughter also, si Kika. So, yun.
Actually, yun nga yung kwento niya, Chief. Ngayong nagbagong buhay siya, his father na. Si Bad Boy ng Cebu yung naghahanap sa kanya. Parang ganun. Nakating siya. Mainit si Kiko.
But
para makuha yung mga Bisayang crowd.
Okay, Berde, we'll see. Kung ganyan, kung wala talaga, bigay ko lang kay Jerome. Patayin ni Jerome yan.
Ito yung mga URCC events natin. 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Mga gimmick yan.
Mm-hmm. So we came up with that concept. Tayo lang yung may ganyan. And then we're gonna be doing more of those very soon.
Rumble eh.
Tapos na to, Chief? Hindi na to Filipino. Philippines versus Chinese na. So international match na siya.
Yeah. We've gone against Korea also, and then this is Team China. So we'll be going against a lot more countries in the near future.
That's good. Parang basketball lang pero sapakan. Ito rin, Raw Fury. Ito, Chief, yung mga kaibigan natin dalawa.
Yeah. This is a good night. Very good night.
DEFTAC Awards. URCC Awards
sir.
pala. Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame Awards pala.
Yeah. Erwin, what do you call that? Brought the best out in a lot of us. Because it was a matter of pride na kailangan matalo sila. And then it's a matter of pride na matalo rin kami, tayo. So, this is the time that me and Richard had to work really hard to be able to beat him. He brought out the best in us. And people don't understand. People begin to hate their opponents. But, I was guilty of that also. But you have to remember, your opponents are people who actually push you to, to get to the next level. And then Erwin helped us with that. And we're all good friends now. And we all support each other, and we're real brothers.
Away gulo na lang, lumang away lang yun. Okay. Stop. Okay. Sa si Aguilar, nawala. Tapos na. And end remarks na tayo. Peps. End remarks na tayo. Okay na tayo sa pictures. Peps,
Si 30 muna.
Thirds, end remarks. Any last words, Chief?
It's nice to hear from your stories. Ang galing yung sinabi mo kanina, sir, yung kasi na-realize ko, at your stature, at your experience, yung decades of experience mo, you still continue to learn, di ba? So, ang galing eh. Tapos, you support these athletes na hindi kayang suportahan ng support na mga yan. Ang galing. Tsaka I believe, mga athletes natin, we're really world class. Talagang marami lang talangka, marami lang talagang corrupt. But
Yes.
if may proper funding tayo, we can conquer the whole world talaga.
Exactly.
In any sport.
True. Actually, in any sport, not just combat sports, in any sport. Grabe yung athletes natin, the sacrifice they go through, ang lit ng sweldo nila. Then if it wasn't for combat, imagine when this pandemic hit, inalis niya sila ng sweldo. Kung hindi inayos ni Kong Bumble sa POC, yung sweldo nila, wala silang sweldo. Ganun yung nangyari.
Gutom.
Imagine.
Grabe.
Gutom.
Grabe. Yeah, so, the
Nakakainis lang.
athletes all owe Kong Bumble kasi grabe yung behind the scenes help niya for the athletes. Di na nakikita ng top, but I'm going to say it right now so people have to know. His efforts were the ones that made sure that may sweldo sila. Kung hindi, can you imagine? I have 27 athletes. Paano ko papakainin lahat yan, di ba? Imagine. So, and then ang dami pang NSA, di ba? Na talagang umaasa dyan. So, ayun, it's crazy things happening behind the scenes also.
Okay, Peps.
Grabe.
Yeah, and it's crazier to know that they can still do that to our athletes during a pandemic. Yun yung mas masakit dun eh. A true show na wala talagang konsensya minsan ng mga ibang tao eh. Yun yung malala dun eh. But Chief, thank you for your time. The stories were inspirational. The stories were great.
Thank you so much for having me. And
thank you for being such an open book with us. The stories of when you got shot, and the Brads, and until everyone became successful. And now we're honored to have you here to celebrate all the accomplishments of the Alvin Aguilar. Chief Brad, thank you so much, and this was fun.
Okay. Thank you. Chief, on behalf of myself,
thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, Chief, and sharing your stories to the batch. And then, I was kasama ako sa ride mo. Thank you for that rin, being your student and sharing your martial arts to me, and likewise, I share my martial arts to others also.
And remember, Jerome and Pepo, our journey is just beginning. Now that we're stronger and wiser, we're in a better position to make things grow even bigger and better for all of us. And for everybody else, thank you so much for having me and everything. Maybe like one great takeaway that I hope everybody gets from this is always remember the only limitation is mind, and keep achieving and keep going for everything that you want in life, and you always get it eventually.
Ayos.
Thank you very much, brothers. Thank you for this. You brought back a lot of good memories. Thank you.
Picture ka muna, Chief. Picture ka mo pag isa dyan. Smile ka. Ayos mo buhok mo.
Picture tayo?
Hindi, siya lang. Poster lang. Yeah. Okay, tayo naman, group. Wait. Okay, picture, smile. Okay, on that note, I will end this podcast. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye. Thank you, Chief.
Bye.
Sergi and Pepo. Bye-bye.